Welcome to Watershed Weekly, Episode 5, The Power of Water. When we think about water, we usually imagine a clear, tasteless, refreshing beverage, and that's accurate. Water, in its purest form, has no taste or color, but that's hard to come by because of water's powerful solvent abilities. Rain and snow capture aerosols from the air. Flowing water carves out the landscape and erodes or wears away rock and soil, carrying those sediments with it. Suspended sediments can occur naturally and can be composed of organic materials or dissolved impurities that contaminate fresh water. Oceans around the world move billions of tons of sediment each year. Waves batter rocky shores and sandy beaches and carry sediment to new places, building new land where the sediment is deposited. This force is very similar to a glacially carved river that carries glacial sediment and deposits it along the bank, creating new sandbars and eroding old ones. The force of water striking the surface of the earth in the form of rain has an impact on the way streams and rivers are formed. Each raindrop dislodges tiny soil particles, and those are carried downhill, influencing the development of soil. The total amount of soil movement is dependent on the duration and intensity of the falling raindrops. In flood events, amazing amounts of sediment and larger-sized soil particles are transported over land. As water gathers in streams and rivers, its erosive power is magnified. Rivers carry not only sand, silt, and clay, but rocks and boulders that collide and crumble, breaking into smaller rocks. Rocks turn into gravel, gravel into sand, and so on. Have you experienced this truly remarkable phenomenon in nature? The next time it rains hard for multiple days, grab your jacket and head out to your nearby neighborhood stream or river. Observe the cloudy water carrying sediment. Can you hear the rocks rumbling beneath the surface and see the collapse of banks as water erodes or eats away at the land? What are water's other superpowers? Well, did you know that water is the master variable? Because of its unusually high specific heat, or the amount of heat that must be absorbed or lost to change the temperature of 1 gram of substance by 1 degree Celsius, water can lose or absorb tremendous amounts of heat without much effect to its temperature. What does this mean? Oceans are considered Earth's climate control systems because of water's ability to maintain constant temperatures. Coastal regions, like the Upper Lynn Canal communities, generally experience more moderate temperatures than inland regions. But it isn't limited to coastal communities. The entire planet benefits. If oceans didn't have high specific heat capacities, then the Earth would become dangerously hot during the day and extremely frigid at night. So what does this mean for the watersheds in our valley? Water's erosive capabilities shape the watersheds of the Upper Lynn Canal and sculpt the landscape. Water's ability to mix with chemicals and sediments as it erodes the surface of the landscape and deposit those in the rivers, like the Chilkat, Chilkoot, and Ferriby rivers, is essential for introducing vital nutrients, making these watercourses particularly rich biologically, as plants find not only the water they need, but the chemicals necessary for their survival. This richness creates the perfect conditions to host tremendous runs of salmon, which contribute to the chemistry of the waters in these valleys, and are the most dramatic evidence of the vitality of the streams, rivers, and lakes that make up the local watersheds. It is clear that water moving over the land is what shapes and contributes to the uniqueness of every watershed and what makes the Tokshonic watersheds healthy and biologically diverse. Watershed Weekly is a production of Tokshonic Watershed Council in Haines, Alaska. Support comes from radio station KHNS and from the Reuben E. Crossett Endowment Fund for Children's Health in Southeast Alaska.